y'all.
How are you all doing tonight?
Good.
Ready,
Yeah.
I think.
Are you?
No,
That's very good because I'm not.
I'm never ready.
I'm super mellow because I've had a packed week. Got a flight tomorrow home. But it's exciting. We're getting to play Monster Hearts on Valentine's Day. Yay!
We're the perfect combination.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Oh
Um,
man.
Yeah, let's see Tressa roll around in her own misery.
yeah. That's a good point. Well, so first of all, yeah, we're playing Monster Hearts, and our agenda is can I name it off the top of my head? It's to keep
Keeping it
Story
feral.
feral,
keeping
yeah.
everything feral. Yeah.
Drive the characters like stolen
What the
cars.
game demands.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of them is one to say what the rules demand and to say what honesty demands, and the fourth one is to make our characters' lives not boring. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we've done a good job of that.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Oh man.
And as always, we have Lines and Veils set up, and we are using the X and an O card. So X card is if we come across something that you don't want to have in the game, it makes you feel uncomfortable in a bad way, you can go X or say you want to X cut that or put that X in chat, and we'll roll back. No explanation required, and take the narrative into a different direction. Or the end card is for should we be approaching a sensitive subject, you can let everyone know, so we all know, okay, let's check in more with each other, take it a little slower. And the O card is for when it is emotionally intense, but you want to go on. That's the content you're here for, basically. It can also be used as a check-in with like, oh, are you okay? And also in chat, question mark, and an affirmative O. Yeah. So where did we actually leave off last time? We have a pairing in the cloakroom, right? And we have Tress being swallowed up by a dark shadow. How did we even get there? So you all reviewed your notes that you take judiciously.
Yes, I take notes. In all aspects of my life, including university, yes, notes.
I was just saying, aren't you still like doing university? Isn't that like should be your second nature, right? No.
What are notes?
I never took notes, so I understand.
No, I remember pretty well. So we had Tress. I know what Tress did. Tress was like leaving the house against her sister's wishes. Was a bit upset over Jean the baguette. Oh, c'est quelque chose. And
why were you upset about Jean?
Because she changed her mind and she was like, actually, maybe he's a good thing and I shouldn't have done that.
Well, I think wasn't he like, oh yeah, so we're a thing now, and you were like,
oh yeah.
Commitment. Because you got a condition from then, right?
Yeah, which is Stone Cold Bitch. Oh, was that time, or was that?
You have Stone Cold Bitch from
You already were a Stone Cold Bitch.
Yeah. I already was. Okay.
Oh, you got Stone Cold Bitch from the incident in the toilet with Polly.
Yeah. Hold on, I wrote it down because I am a smart person. I wrote that down.
Commitment vote.
Oh,
yeah, commitment vote.
Yeah, commitment 5, yeah. So, yeah. Then she went to school and she made an entrance.
Yeah. So showing it to Jean.
Robin was an asshole.
I remember Robin being very nice last week.
Dude. That's fine for you. Oh man.
Yeah. Tress threw down Jean's sweater right in front of the class.
Yeah,
kind
and she
of
was like
demonstrating demonstrating your social dominance over him.
And then Robin like swore at me for no apparent reason.
I mean, you were mocking my new friend, the nerd.
That was it.
Don't you pick on Pav?
I did not. I don't think she actually did. You just like were like, oh god, she's like slept with Jean. I'm gonna be like a little bit of a dick about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What was Kaylee up to all that?
Kaylee had a busy day. Kaylee was a very angry and sad person at the start of this game, staring at her house, seeing the blown over for sale sign from the storm.
Oh, yeah.
More storm clouds kind of gathering overhead that really turned into the ominous shadows that seemed to be stalking her. And it was creepy, and so she had an argument with the shadows, trying to figure out what they wanted. And they wanted Tress. And so she told them exactly where they could find Tress. She
Good decision.
ran towards school. She was actually running towards Robin's house to go and speak to Robin to actually try and help. But she runs into Nimue, who is like, "You're too late. You didn't do what I asked you to do. You're a shit dead girl." That's how I remember it going down. And so Kaylee gave her a piece of her mind and then went looking for Amaris down by the sea. And she found Amaris.
Before that, I think you earned yourself Angry Dead Girl with Lady.
She was kicking over like the bins, and she had a good old shout at the sky and Nimue. Angry Dead Girl was her status, and it was very true.
Yeah.
And it was exasperated further by Amaris being unable to see her, hear her. She made her presence felt by throwing a book at him after throwing a stone at him, and then used some very choice language to communicate via her notebook and a pen. But eventually she managed to communicate that Amaris needed to go and help Tress. That this was in part Amaris' fault, and they should move their butts and go and help Tress.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kaylee kind of found herself alone again. I'm trying to remember, did Amaris convince Kaylee to go to school? Or did she just go on her own?
So, Amaris headed to school.
Amaris definitely.
But Kaylee actually went, not in a straight line, seeking out the school. So you didn't arrive at school with the mouse.
Oh, that's right. She did go to school because she kind of had nowhere else to go at that point.
That's just what you do.
Spent out a lot of her rage. Yeah. And she's still like secretly that good girl who would go to class and not skip things. But she went to school and she actually went to the cloakroom that she'd been chased into with Gwyn by the evil janitor dude. And she kind of
that's withered away since then.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah, so she was hiding in there and she had a text message come through from Robin. And Robin was pretty pissed because it was like, well, where were you? And Kaylee was like, exactly where I was meant to be, where were you? And it just came down to like, it didn't matter. And Kaylee said where she was and Robin came to find her.
What was Robin up to before that? Do you remember?
Well, he didn't die, so that was nice. And then he cried a lot. So with Parth, who found him, and then he went home and cried some more, and then he went to school. And was a little pissed at everything, pretty much. Shouted at Tress and also Amaris.
Mm-hmm.
And then got to smooch finally.
Yeah.
And so that was what very short summary of what
and
was up.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually fine. And Maris had come in and kind of managed to convince Tress, so no, you need to get out of here. With kind of lacking specificity with that, but still. And yeah, so while sweet Robert and Kaylee were getting it on in the cloakroom.
Bonding,
yes. Tress kind of did confront Amaris, like almost outside of the school, pushing him away, and kind of about to be telling him them off when like their eyes widened with shock and terror, and as Tress looked up, there was one of those shadows directly up on the ceiling above you. It's a dark maw opened and it drops down onto Tress. What do you do? Yeah, you.
Oh wait, I thought you meant someone else, because I was like, what am I gonna do? I've just been eaten.
It's in the moment of dropping onto you. What do you do?
Can I do a barrel roll? Like just like roll out the way. I don't know, like.
So it sounds like
time?
a barrel roll, and then what?
Like.
I think you can actually do that. Yeah.
Can I hex it then?
No, you can. So you barrel roll away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
like stop, drop, and roll.
It lands. It drops down, and it's this formless mass of darkness. It blocks your view to Maris. You can't see what's happening, but like dark tendrils extend from it, and starts pulling itself. It's widening and it's taking up the entire hallway. It's pulling itself along the walls towards you, and it's still got this faceless maw of darkness that's going to go after you, biting you. What do you do?
Am I able to hex it, or is it?
I don't know. What do you do?
I attempt to hex it.
You tell Matthias exactly what you want to do and do it.
I want to hex it and see what happens.
Well, give me a description of what Tress is doing.
I want to like cast Wither on it, because that's probably the
What's
only.
that look like when Tress has to cast Wither without actually having a piece of the shadow or anything? What does your move say? You need to do.
I'm stuck between Wither and Binding, but Binding says the person, and this is obviously not a person.
Well, we don't know yet. Maybe it is.
Okay, right. I'm going to try Binding then, because that might be better. Because then the person, it says the person, cannot physically harm others.
But in the TV episode, what do we actually see Tress doing? So
yeah, she's rolled away, and she's obviously. She can't see Amaris, and the first thing she does is like think, well, I'm going to fix this myself. No one's going to fix it for me. So she then just summons her magic, and she starts chanting in tongues, and like her eyes kind of flicker, like they kind of change color almost.
Okay.
And that's what she looks like when she casts hexes. And yeah, maybe there's like a I don't want to say like a windless breeze, but like her hair kind of lifts a bit as well, sort of thing. Like it's a bit magical.
Yeah, nice. Can you read to me what that does?
So binding, the person cannot physically harm others. Whether that will work or not, but hey ho.
Okay.
Can't remember how to cast the hex. It's dark, isn't it?
I don't know. It's your character. I don't know the rules.
Yeah. God damn it! Where is this
Probably
written?
is.
I'm so useless at games.
It's probably dark, I would assume.
Yeah, roll dark. Of which I have a +2 in because I was smart when I made this character.
Well then, what can go wrong, right?
Yeah. It's 13.
Nice. What do you think this looks like? That a shadow's being bound, and what are you binding it to?
I imagine it's almost like a circular, like a ring, like a pale golden ring that kind of like just flickers around it. And then when she's finished, it disappears, but like its effects are still there. Like it's bound. It can't do any harm, sort of thing. Like it can't.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got like that kind of, I don't know, like an invisible circle.
So it's like it's almost like it's a wall that's blocking you two, or like you
Yeah.
off from the darkness.
Yeah, so yeah, it can't harm anyone anymore.
Oh, that's what it says. It can't harm anyone anymore. Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's just,
Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
can't physically harm others.
Yes.
Could still emotionally harm me somehow, but
And I think the more kind of in mid-air, like half extruding from the darkness that's like wrapped as if the entire hallway is sealed, kind of freezes, and like you're chanting at it, standing your ground, right? And it's coming closer to engulf you, and then like just this far away from Tress's face, it stops. How are you two doing in the cloakroom? Do we catch up with you a little bit after? Are you talking, or has someone already left? Or what do you think?
I think like Robin would probably mostly be like seeking physical comfort. To be honest, I'm not sure. Like, you tell me how Kaylee accepts or not accepts, or how she interacts with that.
I think Kaylee is very much in the same position, having had people unable to see her and have that contact has definitely been really stressful. And realizing that her whole family has gone away, having like a literal person there, she would definitely, I think, be open to pretty much anywhere and anything at this point. That probably, I imagine, like, it's just very nice and just wholesome stuff going on. Probably crying. Probably crying. Much crying.
Yeah. So there's this. It's a gentle embrace. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, probably like. I'm imagining probably like Kaylee leaning into Robin's shoulder or something, and him holding her, I think.
Yeah.
And I imagine like it would go from kissing to crying to laughing to cuddling, just in this weird little cycle until maybe the bell rings to signal like a class break, or next class starting, something like that, something audible interrupting.
Yeah. Instead, what interrupts you from the outside is suddenly a powerful voice chanting in strange tongues and very dominantly yelling at something. What do? You might be able to recognize that it's must be Tress's voice, but maybe not. Kind of up to you.
I would say based on just the ominousness and weirdness of it, Kaylee's going to leap to it being to do with Tress, but maybe not that it's Tress doing it. And Tress, she's in trouble. There's some woman, Nimue, and there was a woman at the Standing Stones that wanted to kill her. And or maybe she was a girl. I don't know. It was dark, it was raining, and I was stressed. And there was shadow things chasing her. And I think at this moment, like, Kaylee is just like grabbing her stuff, maybe grabbing Robin's hand to go and to leave the room, realizing that she's kind of been neglectful in doing anything about the stuff that she knows.
I think like Robin kind of takes this like a not a, I don't know if he's like I don't think he when you start like getting occupied with other things, I think he kind of just like gets up and like walks out of there.
Without a word?
No, I think it's like Kaylee is like saying all these things, and I think Robin is just like he like just stands up and like opens the cloakroom and just like looks down at Kaylee, like gathering her things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he says something like, "No, not today. I can't deal with her shit right now. Whatever it is."
And Kaylee looks actively torn. Because she also has feelings of not wanting to deal with Tress's shit, but also feeling bad about not helping.
Yeah, and I think like Robin like kind of catches on to that and says, "I mean, you go do whatever you have to do. She didn't ever do anything for me." And he just like turns around and sorry.
And I think Kaylee, despite knowing it's the wrong thing to do, is gonna follow Robin.
Okay. So instead of turning towards the hallway where the chanting had come from, you're turning away and you're like, let's fuck this, skip school.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I think that's what Kaylee will say, like as she catches up to Robin.
Yeah. Interesting. Yes. You I mean, you're trying to run away from Tress's shit. So I think that's definitely a role. I think this is Robin leading it, so let's see how that goes. It's plus volatile.
I'm sorry, Sophie.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm just looking at Tress's darkest self right now, and I'm just like...
Uh-oh. That's a double one.
Oh my god.
Nice.
The dice are judging us right now.
Well, I mean, I need to get 2 more advances to get an adult move, so here I come.
Holy crap. I need 4.
Yeah, and as you turn away towards the nearest exit, right? I think what you see is like at first glance, it just looks like what? Why is someone? What? Someone's lowering the. There are no blinds on those exits because it's almost like a shade that's coming down. But I think because it's late autumn, it's already fairly dark. The halls are well lit, So you can see that, it's not a shade, it's like a wall of black ooze that's coming down in front of the exit. And I assume you're probably instinctually, yes, this is exactly the trash shit I wanted to get away from. So you turn towards the other direction, like you take a different hallway to maybe get the back exit, the one towards the sports pitch and the back of the school. And it's shut off as well. I think we see you two like slowly approaching it, and yeah, it's like this dark, oily ooze that just is like a screen in the middle of the hallway.
Is staring at this ooze, and I would like to gaze into the void as she tries to work out if she can pass through this barrier, and if she can pass through it, if Robin can pass through it as well. Because Kaylee can go kind of incorporeal, and she knows that. She's managed it before anyway. It's a little bit hit and miss, but she's managed it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's thinking if she can just get her and Robin through this sludge, then they can kind of escape what's going on and go back to the happy place and not be in the bad, horrible place where everything's shit and falling apart. So this is what this barrier is. This is all the shit that you've been going through recently. Right here, manifest in front of you. You gotta get through it. And ideally bring Robin with you. So yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, and I think, Robin, you see Kaylee like getting very close towards that wall of whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll plus dark.
Okay, so you name what you're looking for and roll with dark. Okay. Partial success. I get the answer, but I get horrible shit with it. Because I get this all the time, I'm very familiar with the horrible shit.
And I think there's a moment of hesitation where you're like almost your nose is almost touching it, and your hands that are up, and you can feel it, like as if it's a living, breathing thing right in front of you. Only you also know that it is none of those things. And your hands touch it. And for like a split second, you can feel the entirety of this black shadow creature that's basically settled on top of the school, closing it off in a large, or in a dome, all around it, as if it's sealing something in. And what you also get at the same time is all the things that it feels. And I think what it feels is several students that it's covering. What seems like an eternity to you to actually grasp and understand is only a blink of an eye, but it means that you're, as you feel that, among a couple of other students caught in the gym, it's in your classroom, so you've got you're getting the feelings that it feels from several people at once, and it's confusing, and they're all yelling at each other, or seem to be yelling at you, or crying, or and that's when you stagger back against Robin, who like catches you. What do you do?
I don't know if like I think you more like walk into me, because I think like Robin is just like standing there with like his arms on and just like staring at this black thing.
I imagine she kind of walked out towards it, had whatever happened, and then started reversing and just right up into Robin. It's not just Tress. And then she'll turn to look at Robin in the hope of convincing him that they should do something, because it's not just Tress. And I would like to use a string. I have one string, one on Robin, and I would like to use it to encourage him to help me help the others that are trapped in the black.
Be chivalrous. Wow, words tonight. Yeah, nice. And yeah, it's like probably a pleading look that you can see in Kaylee's eyes.
Don't disappoint me, Robin.
Yeah, and I think oh yeah, I'm gonna make this a horrible moment. Yeah, I think Robin is just like, you see his like he reacts a little bit, and I think he says like, Gwyn is there, and I think he like runs into the classroom.
I think in this moment, Angry Dead Girl manifests, and there's this wave of poltergeist energy that just down the corridor. And I imagine it will hit that black ooze as Kaylee now wants to just blow up the entire school. She's done. Game over. Fuck everyone in this place.
You're
Can I not
lashing
shut
out
you down
physically?
first, maybe?
What?
Can I not shut you down first, possibly?
Yes, you can shut me down.
I mean, if that ever was...
My little puppy dog eyes.
I'm sorry, but that's my job as a mortal.
I mean, although technically you're doing what I want, you're going to go and help people. Just stabbing me as you do it.
Yeah, it was too much happy now. I was just like,
Yeah, we did that for 5 minutes. We can go back to darkest selves now.
Yeah. Well... Good, so...
Here's my question for you, Kaylee.
Okay.
Do you want to do something, have a direct effect on Robin in this moment?
No. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think she's got the self-confidence to do it. She just is just defeated, I think. Just a flashback. The TV show would be like a flashback to that moment when they were sitting in her living room and she pulled out her laptop and they were looking at stuff from the beach party, and all Robin would do was talk about Tress. And just like all those little moments where every time they've been close, he's ended up bringing up someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Robin, do remember to take that XP because you actually did what she asked for.
And I level up.
You're welcome.
And Kaylee, you I think
the most hurt person right now.
take that string on Robin.
I get to keep the string?
No, you're getting a new one back, basically.
Okay.
You just like right, he switches so fast over to be concerned about someone else. 1 minute you, then the next. What, Gwyn now?
I
And
think
he's like running
Hannah,
off.
like hurries to rationalize it and see Robin as good and be like, yeah, he just wants to go and help, and yeah, Gwen's cool. I like Gwen. And then the other part of her is like, no.
And Robin doesn't notice any of the horror that's coming out of Kaylee behind him. And you wanted to lash out against the darkness, right?
I think to start with, it starts out as just this poltergeist manifestation, this shaking force that just ripples out as she wants to move and destroy everything around her.
Yes. So it's not even aimed directly at the darkness, it's just general frustration.
And if anything, like as this wave is just pouring off of her, it's like a sea tide. It is literally just a wave and a wave and a wave. And she's slowly turning and she's going to walk into the black thing. She's done. She's dead already. What's the point anymore?
Yeah.
But she's going to take her little shitty tantrum with her.
It does, yeah, but I do think this is still a lashing out.
Yeah, I think lash out. Yeah. I'm not volatile at all. So look at the point you've taken me to. I mean,
-1. I think you're very volatile. You just it won't ever lead to good things.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
XP. Yep.
Yeah.
Is this the same black thing that Tress is like bound?
Yeah. I think so. I think it's all part of the same thing, right?
Okay, cool. You're good.
We'll see.
We'll get back to that in a bit. Because it's just like the image that you painted.
Hasn't healed any harm, so she's still on 3 harm. So darkest self incoming again.
I'm on 2, so you know.
She'll die, but she can't because she's already dead. Just fade into nothing.
Oh boy.
Tress, what are you doing? Like you were last standing, kind of eye to eye with this thing. Then it froze right in front of you, except it doesn't really have eyes.
I'm guessing I don't see Robin and Kaylee.
No, because they specifically wanted to go the other way.
Okay.
You're not far off to the classroom, so any moment now you would be hearing Robin come running. But
all right,
it's both up to you.
I kind of just want to like almost do what Kaylee did and kind of stare into it and gaze into the abyss as well. Is that allowed?
I mean,
do I have time for that?
What are you doing? And if you look at the move, what do you?
So I want to. So what I'm looking for is what it wants exactly. Like I gather it's after me, but why?
Nice. Yes, you're conversing with it. It sounds to me
what
like
do you want?
You're gazing into the abyss. Yeah. So we actually hear you talk to it.
I think you almost hear us scream at it, like, "What do you want with me?" Like,
nice. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going to do it very loudly, but yeah.
Let's see that roll.
Just like, why? Right, rolling with Darky Dark. And I don't have any modifiers. Ayo.
Nice.
12. I'm on a roll today.
Yeah, you are.
I'm on advance, goddammit.
So, Robin, as you come around the turn in the hallway, right? To turn where your classroom is, you see at the end of it, as expected, another dark wall, and Tress standing there, right in front of it, yelling at it. And Tress, you can hear, and in your head, we want you. sent to come and take you and bring you. Marked one. Don't resist. Don't resist any further. You can't escape us. You can keep talking to it. I don't know if you would even notice Robin coming closer or being some place behind you.
Why me?
Because you are the lucky one. You've been chosen.
I don't feel very bloody lucky. Who? What the hell is going on? Who sent you?
You're the bearer of the mark. We're sent by her with great ambition. I think there's the flash of Camilla's face. Like, it doesn't understand names as such, but it's clear to you. You immediately know who.
Camilla, and I'm marked. Like, I think she's almost going to kind of look at her arms, like looking for some sort of mark, like a physical mark.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she would have noticed anything before now, but how do I stop this? I don't want to go with you, and I'm not going to, and you're gonna have to take me fighting. You dicks.
Robin, you hear all that because Tress is speaking out loud, but it's like hearing one side of a conversation, like when someone's.
Also, I'm running, so it's not like I can get maybe like the last second of this conversation because I'm running at this thing. I mean, that's what I got the string for.
It's not blocking you from the door to your classroom.
Okay, I guess I don't know. Is there anything around it I can throw at it very hard?
Yeah, I mean, when you came by you ran past again, past the cloakroom. There were definitely there's definitely like a broom or something, and a mop right outside of it.
Go away.
So you could have grabbed that. Yeah,
I think I just grab that and smash it or whatever. I don't know. I think it's reacting on instinct. Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so suddenly Robin appears beside you, and he's wailing into with something long into that wall.
Oh god.
And it gets stuck, and you pull, and it squirts some black ooze out of it, and you hurl again against it.
What are the other people in this classroom doing? That's what I'm curious.
Tress is not in the classroom. She's outside in the hallway, and that's in front of your classroom.
The Morris is the other side as well.
Yeah.
Well, I continue to bash at it with this mop.
I think at this point, Tress is just gonna
And I think I'm screaming. I'm just yeah. I also took a new move, by the way, which is Primal Dominance.
Oh god.
What is that?
When you harm someone, take a string on them.
Oh my god, you have a string on the shadow beast. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna harm it first if I can.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
All
right. I think at this point.
Roll me that lash out physically. But meanwhile, Tress, you're taking a step back. That's
No. She's gonna scream stop. She was having a conversation. She was trying to get answers. She's gonna scream stop and cast another binding hex. Because at this moment in time, she's this is my only way to get answers, and
you get to lash out physically with what? No? Or then because you rolled hot?
Oh. I did. Well, it doesn't matter because it's the same stat. +2.
Okay, yeah.
It was weird.
Yes.
Dashing out
So
whilst
you
being
do
hot.
you do 1 harm, and you can take the string on the shadow.
Is that like in anime when they whip someone with their hair?
Yes.
Is that how you lash out with hot?
Oh, I love it. I'm imagining now. It's the only way.
Robin has his glorious
You do
look.
not seem to make any headway though into this thing. Like you're making a mess in the hallway, but it's not like it's not like it's only this thick and you can break through it or anything. It seems to be like you're digging into a mountain of dark ooze. I mean, you can definitely continue on, but and there's no repercussions.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much like Robin having a tantrum. I'm just thinking it's just like, no, you get away from that classroom. Why are you in my school? Get out of here. You got them.
How are you responding to that dress?
Had a bad day, okay?
She's still like screaming, like, stop. Like, stop. Like, she was getting answers. That's all I can think, is that, she was getting somewhere. It couldn't hurt her. She had it handled.
Okay, so you're shutting him down?
I'm shutting him down and hexing him.
Which is it?
Bear?
Well, so if you want to hex him, you will starting to chant again, right? And that Robin will definitely get an opportunity to respond for you.
Actually, I'm going to use Robin's sympathetic token.
Oh, what do you have?
I have Robin's plectrum from the very start of the game. I've been saving it.
And how are you using it?
So in my hex casting, I can either expend a sympathetic token or meet the target's gaze and chant at them in tongues. So I'm choosing.
Yeah, but what does that look like on screen?
So she kind of keeps all of her, like the ones she can at least, all the sympathetic tokens like on her at all times in like her little like kind of shoulder bag, I imagine. I can imagine she has one of those like little satchel-y type things. She takes to school. She's also got Kaylee's nose ring. But yeah, and so she takes it out and she kind of like holds it in her hand and like just clutches it, and it kind of almost like turns to dust as she casts the hex.
What hex are you casting?
I'm casting binding because I need him to stop physically harming this thing. It's like, I need you to stop.
Now, after you have done that, I'm just going to say also you have 3 strings on me. So you could have just, but of course.
That's true, but I feel like, oh no, I can't use strings for hexes.
No, but you can use them as to tempt him to stop.
Oh, no, I'm doing this by force.
Yeah. Like...
So yeah, I guess I roll dark again.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
Also, I think this probably also triggers my move down the rabbit hole. When you go poking your nose in affairs not meant for your kind, someone involved in this situation gets a string on you, and you mark experience. So I think also Tressa gets another string on me.
Yep.
This is my shit. Stop. Stop.
How does that binding manifest? Is this like...
Again, it's like the kind of goldeny circle.
Yeah, but so what it says is, right, that Robin can't...
He can't physically harm others.
Yeah. But it doesn't necessarily keep him in place.
No, it doesn't keep him in place, no.
Yeah.
So you can still move, but you can't, like, hurt anyone.
How exactly does this look?
Yeah.
Like, how is this stopping me?
I don't know. It's like, so yeah, the start was this golden circle, I imagine, and then that's gone. But then you you're almost like stopped by like an invisible wall if you tried to harm someone.
Or is it like Robin's muscles start failing?
Well, yeah, all that. Have you like collapsed to the ground or something? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, sure.
A bit like the Ring of Lies, where you don't hear a piercing ringing, but you just stop, like you just can't.
But Robin, yeah, because Robin is still like with his entire body wailing against this.
Oh,
thing.
okay, yeah. Then you just drop.
So
like,
probably, yeah. Is it just like, and that person, anytime they try to do something like that, they're actually failing to be able to put enough strength in to actually hurt someone?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, so I can't. So this is like a permanent thing now?
Until I take it off. Yep. Just be good, like be grateful I succeeded and you didn't get like, a bad 7 to 9 or worse.
But yeah, and I think in this instance it's probably like you're hit with a sudden weakness because you were putting your entire body into this. So you probably collapse hormone. You can pick yourself back up again, but
no, I think I've probably fall down to my knees and then I just look up at the shadow and I'm gonna use a string. I'm just gonna say, just go away.
Yeah, you're tempting the shadow to just go away.
I have a question. Because Kaylee is in contact with this black thing, and before when she was in contact with it, she could feel everything that the black thing was touching.
Yeah.
Could she tell that Robin is now touching the black thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, I'm going to revise that so I'm not ruining everything for Tressa. I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just saying stay away from me. I don't think I'm using a string on it. Actually, it can stay there if it wants. But then I just collapse to the ground.
Okay. And I think it's in this moment where you hear another voice. It's rather weak sounding. And I think it's let me just quickly check. Yes. It's Elliot who's managed to kind of pull the door open in the classroom or something like that. And she's like, "Hey, sir, anyone?" And that's when suddenly the lights flicker. One of the lights, the top lights in the hallway explodes, and the rest turn off. Kaylee, you're hit with something incredibly dark and sinister, with a single purpose. It's commanded. It's dominated. And just coming into contact with it rips at your soul. Take 1 harm.
I need to roll for Scat Death.
It doesn't have a roll. It just has a choice.
Oh, it's just a choice? Okay, I thought that was roll. I didn't get to do it last time. I just went straight to the dark side.
Yeah. And what you can also feel is not just this darkness thing very close by, and you could probably interact with it more. The other thing that you can feel is the school. Like, you can feel its inner walls. You can feel where the electrical outlets are. You can even feel, there's a classroom with a map that's hung up.
This is what I would like to propose that Kaylee does. Kaylee is gonna feel this darkness, and it's a similar darkness to what's already in her, and she's gonna pull as much of it into herself as she can. Being a ghost, she can morph and she can shape, and I think she's gonna pull and kind of try and tear it apart, and probably in doing so just destroy herself, because I don't want to send her back to her darker self, and losing strings doesn't really matter to me. And I think what Kaylee would want to do is save the people, and she's mad, and so she's going to do something destructive, and it's probably going to kill her or remove her entirely from existence. And I think it's the most interesting outcome, even though it sucks because I don't want Kaylee dead. But
here's where I kind of was going with that, and it's up to you to decide how much you like that. With my description, you can suddenly feel the entire building, and like every screw that's inside a wall that's holding up a chalkboard is Kaylee's becoming kind of the poltergeist of the but you can still die in terms of that you lose all of your connection to humanity by sucking up all of the darkness, but you're basically sucking it into the walls.
She moves away from herself to weaponize the building, to use every inch of like the power that she has to get rid of this darkness by pulling it into those electrical sockets and through the grid and shaking it into the darkest spaces, and then making the lights go really bright so there can be no shadow there. Maybe like even in the rooms where the blinds have been pulled down to stop the light from going onto the blackboards or the electronic boards or whatever, the glass just shatters, and there's a rush of energy as the blinds shoot up, and like she's just trying to pull sun in and good things whilst pulling all of the darkness to herself.
Oof, okay. So
she's done a supernova, basically, I guess.
Exactly.
They're real bright and then implode. Because I think at the end of the day, she's realizing that she can have connections, but it's all so brief and everyone always goes away. And she wants them to be happy. And it's like, okay, I'll facilitate that, but I'm going to go away now. That way you can't leave me, because I'm gone.
Yeah. I think we'll go to a break for a moment here. But before we do, the last thing you two basically saw was Elliot kind of lying on the floor, being able to push the door open, right? And then everything breaks out into chaos and mayhem, as exactly what Kaylee just described happens with the entire school. And I think when we come back, I kind of want to hear a thing about this implosion that's happening around you, that you're witnessing or becoming a witness of. And I think how you're able to, I don't know, find cover or something. One detail of that when we come back. How does it sound? All right. So then, let's take a break.
Excuse me while I go cry.
Damn.
Then we can talk about what's up with you, or not, or let's see you back in a moment.
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing okay.
Process that revelation.
We checked in with each other, and now I think we're ready to see what actually happens with the school, how this goes down.
Yeah.
So, one thing just to set what's happening generally is, like Charlie described, Kaylee kind of becomes one with the school, and makes everything, sucks all the darkness in. The black ooze creeps into the walls, and then there's this release of tension, which makes windows blow out, makes lights spark up and fall from the ceiling. What else is happening?
I think like I imagine it being like that there's like this almost like this explosion of like feelings in a way. I imagine like everyone in the like vicinity feels like this how Kaylee must have like felt alone and abandoned at that moment for like a second. And I think like imagine it like in the series you see like everyone just like stop for like a second and like I don't know, it's just like this the camera pans around and you see everybody's faces just like looking at I don't know, doing whatever like they would do if they feel insecure, like someone looking down maybe while they're talking to they was standing talking to someone, maybe they look down and in the ground, and maybe someone, I don't know, like different things. And I think like everybody for just like a few seconds like feels that, and then it like blows away. And I think like it's like a physical, like you see like the blackness like go away.
Mm-hmm. With a gong.
Yes, that's was on purpose.
For whom the bell tolls.
Yeah, exactly. In the classroom, which was almost drowned in this black ooze, it didn't hurt anyone because stress bounded too. It just kept everyone in that place and scared the shit out of everyone. No one's going to be able to actually describe what happened there, because in a way it's gone. It only lasted a couple of minutes. Yeah. What else goes down?
And at least like how I imagine it, I think like people like you hear like after this like 5 seconds silence, you hear like people starting like muttering, talking together again. And I mean, it's like it feels. I think it looks a little different. People are more like low in the voices, and like there's like a different mood in the room, all over school, I think.
So another scene or shot.
I think you see Robin taking like walk, sitting next to Gwyn at in the cantina or something like that.
Probably what happens is like everybody. We need to make sure all the kids are there, so everybody gets ushered into maybe the cantina as the gathering place. Yeah.
And I think like standing, I guess they're counting people or something like that. because that's what teachers do, or whatever. There's something going on, and I think you see like this shot of Robin taking Gwyn's hand, and I'm making her my new lover.
God's sake!
I mean, I can't not have a lover. Come on.
God's sake!
I think Gwyn is.
Your last lover just died.
And we just see this as a part of the montage. I think. I think it in itself will just be a thing, and we will need to later see what that might mean for Gwyn and for Robin. I think they're close enough friends that in that situation, taking her hand will be something we will need to look at later, where that might lead or not lead. But also, right, the police were here yesterday. Police are coming here again today.
Oh my God.
I think there's a weird rumor going around very quickly that it must have been one of the boilers overpressurizing and exploding. That must have caused the damage and the shock wave that swept through the school. Like, those kinds of explanations make the rounds. Definitely school's called off for today. Probably for tomorrow, actually. It's not deemed safe. Maybe for the rest of the week we shall see. I don't know. Well, no one knows yet. And it's the way people go home. Do we see that? Like them leaving the school? What is Tress doing?
I think, like, after Kaylee supernovas, as it were, like, Tress almost feels like a shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, almost in her mind or in her heart, like, she kind of knows what's happened. She takes out Kaylee's nose ring. And it kind of turns to dust in her hands.
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course it does.
And yeah, Tress knows then what's happened, kind of thing. Like, that Kaylee's not here anymore. And I think that, yeah, she does just kind of stand there and look at, like, the dust in her hand. And I think, like, tears do fall down her face because, you know, they were probably close when they were younger if Kaylee came to, like, a sleepover of hers and things. And yeah.
How guilty are you feeling?
Not as guilty as Robin.
I mean,
Robin doesn't feel guilty at all.
Oh, okay, fine. No, Tress is gonna. Yeah, she does feel guilty for not, not seeing her for being caught up.
Yeah, I think we get the scene as you're like, leaving the school grounds together with Polly, of course. Yeah. She's your best friend, right? She's been pretty quiet, and I think kind of right as you're like crossing the threshold from the school grounds to the street, the town street that it is on. She goes and says, I got the message that you weren't even supposed to come to school, were you?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even supposed to be here now.
Why? What is going on? Tress?
something bad. I don't even know. And she's just like staring off into the distance. She's like really wistful, almost like Kaylee, actually. Like just not quite there. I don't know, Polly. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know.
Okay.
What do you remember?
I don't know. Everything was black suddenly. It just felt like a huge weight dropped on me. What was that? And I thought I couldn't breathe. I could breathe. But I felt like paralyzed. What's happening here to our town?
I kind of like want to make her forget, but the only thing I've got close to that is like illusions. Like I could just illusion her a perfect world, but I don't know if that would quite work. I don't know. I don't know what to say to her. Not really. I think Tress just kind of looks at her and just says, I don't even remember what happened. Something bad is happening though.
Here's a question. She's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
So, wouldn't she be able to tell when you're lying or keeping the whole truth from you? Potentially?
I think Tress herself really doesn't actually know still what's going on. Like, almost too much happened in that moment. All she knows is that things are chasing after her, but she doesn't know why, except she's been marked.
Yeah, but that's not what you're telling her. Like, you're keeping the knowledge from her. She might be able to tell. Or do you think she can't? She's always been
I think at this
gullible?
point, Tress is just gonna full on, like, not burst into tears, but just like tears streaming, just waterfall sort of thing. Not like exactly sobbing, but just crying. And she's just gonna like hug Polly and just say, I'm like, what's happening? What's happening to us? What's happening to the school?
Yeah. So I think you're shutting her down in the worst possible way by starting to cry.
I was hoping to get rid of Stone Cold Bitch by hugging her and being nice.
Yeah, I'm open to that. That is true. You're letting your facade.
I'm showing emotion, damn it.
Yeah, I'm open to that. But what I was getting at is that she doesn't dig any further when you're trying to shut down. That she digs any further, or notice that there are things you are not telling her.
I think the last thing she's gonna say is like, "I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want to lose you too."
Roll.
Okay, fine. That's cool. How do you shut someone down again?
With cold.
Okay, cool. Cool. No doubt. But okay. Hey, Fudge. Hey, I'm one away from the advancement.
Yeah, market experience, exactly. And I think what happens is actually, this is too much. Like you actually, you can, right, you can feel it well up and you can't stop.
Oh shit.
Like you're actually feeling why is everything going to hell, and it's for you, because of you.
Oh great, I'm just having a mental breakdown.
What happened to Kaylee?
Yeah.
Isn't that your fault? Weren't you supposed to stay at home where you had a binding spell around, or some ritual around you that protected you from those snooping shadows?
Yep.
Didn't you bring the shadows to the school?
She was a selfish cow.
You can take away that stone cold bitch. So,
God damn it, no! Oh, come on! I tried so hard.
I mean, like, what I mean, you can take away that condition.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely, because you're a horrible mess, and
I'm like realizing that, and I'm being emotional because of that.
Yes, and you're having the breakdown, and Polly's like, "Oh my god, come!" And I think next thing you will notice is actually like she'll have you brought to her home, basically, to take care of you, because you're getting the shakes. This is like all too much.
Yeah. Just yeah.
Robin, do you remember that you were supposed to turn up at Weird Clive's later this afternoon, or is that something you're gonna be like?
No.
What happened?
Oh.
No.
I mean, come on.
Instead,
I don't even remember that.
So I have a couple of details I would like to add.
Please, yes.
The audience watching would notice that Gwyn, as she leaves school that day, whether that's with Robin or on her own, she goes into her bag and she pulls out a cardigan because it's cold, because it's winter, and it's the one that Kaylee gave her on the first day, or loaned her on the first day. I think we maybe mentioned she gave it back, but I think it would be cooler if like she's still got this cardigan and she just doesn't think about it. She just kind of puts it on. And as we follow the students through the village to their various homes, we see Kaylee's house in the corner and the real estate agent's there, and they're like hammering the sign back upright. And we see a couple come down the street and they meet with the estate agent, and she kind of shake the hand and they go into the house and have a viewing. And emerging from a car parked just up the road, there's a teenage girl, and she kind of moodily, head bent, looking at her phone, comes and she kind of sits on the wall outside of the house and is waiting for the adults inside to do whatever they're doing. And that's just kind of what's going around Kaylee things.
Just Kaylee things.
Is this an allusion to? Are you alluding to a future?
I don't know. I just like the idea that the village is already moving on.
Oh shit!
Already in process.
Christ. Okay.
It's been months. After all,
It's been a little while.
Yeah.
So. And in a way, like, because the ghosts let go of the house, new friendly spirits can come in. But also maybe a new character for Charlie. But we'll see. An option.
Oh damn.
And as the school is kind of emptied out for the day, and everything's being tidied up by like there's a new janitor or something. Maybe it's the deputy headmistress doing her best to put her school back together.
Has she come back actually? Because she was away.
The headmistress isn't back, right? Gwen's mom.
No one's seen her. The office is still locked.
That was our other fun mystery.
And Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, the crazy. Maybe it's Mr. Smith. Maybe he's tidying up, and he's kind of putting together. I imagine the corridors I had at school, which were lined with pegs outside the classrooms, where you put your bag, and then there was a bench, and you put, stuff under the bench.
I remember those.
And so I imagine he's kind of tidying that up and organizing the stuff, and he picks up a bag that hasn't been collected that's kind of semi in the middle of the corridor, and he just kind of hangs it on a peg, and it's Kaylee's bag. and it's still kind of half open, and there's some of her notes and things in it. And there's like a final little bleep as her phone hits 0% battery and just turns off.
This is a lot.
This is sad. I'm gonna cry.
but okay, happy thing.
Stop.
Stop.
I'm gonna cry laugh on the street for the first place.
As it's kind of still and quiet, and Kaylee moves within the building, this strange energy in the walls. She hears the Maidens. She spent the night before with them up on the hill, just outside of town. And for that moment, she's not alone, as she becomes kind of one of them, these trapped spirits within things.
Yeah.
Shit, son.
But then the lights of the school go off, and the final people leave for the night, and it's all locked up.
Somewhere, we do not quite know where. I think most what we see is a circle of candles and someone kneeling in front of it, and someone kneeling in front of it, their head lowered, dark hair, and she suddenly whips her head up and is in a furious tone. No! What did that little bitch do? It's Camilla being furious.
Is it me or Kaylee?
Something's like thrown across the room and shatters on the opposite wall.
Whoops. Oh man.
We definitely also cut to Mara sitting on a rock. Being splashed by incoming waves, actually, but not being bothered by it. And they're looking out across the shallow bay. Here's a question. What do you think Path is doing this afternoon?
Who knows? He also had a day, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess so. Poor Path. I kind of feel sorry for him.
I think Path was actually not hit by the black ooze, but he was trapped in the corner of the room. So he couldn't get out, and he was stuck there for a while. He still has that scribble that he made with him, though. And I think when he's at home, I don't know what his home is like. We could talk about that as well. But maybe we just see him at this desk, and we as the audience get to see as he, like, I think the paper's crumbled up a bit. He straightens it out, and we see this intricate design of a basically a black diamond, which along its frame is wrapped around a black dragon that opens up and has its jaw open, as if it's yelling or screaming into the night sky, or it's not a night sky, but into the void. What does Robin get up to?
I think you see him like lying in his bed in his room, listening to music, and I think you see him like looking down on his phone, and like I think you see like him has sent a message to Kaylee, like you okay? And I think you see him like it's been like an hour or something like that. And you see, like he just looks down to check if the message is seen, and then like he switches to like send a message to Gwyn and like writes what you're up to.
And I think you get back. I'm just sitting. Listening to music.
Yeah. What you listening to?
Yeah. I don't know what is this. I don't really just put something on earlier and I'm like get lost in thought. Whatever. Spotify. It's, I don't know. What happened today?
And I think like you probably from the shot, like at her side, you probably see like the dots and then like disappear and then like dots again, like Robin is writing, and then like 5 minutes or so, I think it's probably just like writes. Who knows? I'm listening to the Rumjacks.
And what are you doing tomorrow? School's off, I think. I can't stay here all.
And I think probably you hear like Robin's mother shouting from downstairs, and Robin like writes, "I don't think I can stay here either."
Yeah.
Well, looks bad for that movie, but maybe we could go to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hang at the beach. I think that sounds good.
Cool. You should really check out the Rumjacks though.
Yeah. I will. Was that a turn on? You're trying to. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. I think whether or not that's her response, at least at first.
Well, I always have forgotten this, but when I always have 1+1 forward to earn my lover's heart or fancy.
Yep. I think it's actually seldom come up.
Yeah, I never gotten to. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 12.
I think you get back. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
You get a string, right? I think.
Yeah.
And I think you get back something akin to well. Okay, so what of theirs do I start with?
Which song?
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually just listen to the whole album from start to finish. Call me old school. Blinky Face or something like that.
Right.
Maybe If It Kills Me.
Yeah, that sounds about right for this night.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. And I think like you see Robin like look back down at like Kaylee's not seen message.
Yeah. Like it's only got that one check mark that it's reached the server, but it's not reached the phone.
Yeah.
What's Polly's family like? Getting pampered there.
I imagine her mum is as dramatic and, if not more, overbearing than Polly herself.
What do you mean Polly's dramatic and overbearing?
We all have that one friend, just a little bit like, you know, a little bit extra.
Okay.
Polly's mum is like double extra.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, she's like, you know, Tress is basically at this point like swallowed in blanket. She's got like a cup of tea. She's got like a hot water bottle. She's like, you're in shock. You got to be like looked at. You know, that kind of mum.
And shall we call you parents?
No, they're away. They're away. I think Tress is still like really out of it.
You sure, darling?
Yeah, I should head home soon anyway. My sisters will be worried. Remembering now, I was meant to be trapped in my house.
It's kind of late. I mean, send them a message so they can pick you up. Or if you want, we can drive you home.
I'll send them a message first. I don't really want to, but okay. You know, it's that like I don't want to inconvenience
actually,
her.
Or
and
Polly's like, I mean, you can just stay for the night if you want, if that's better for you.
you know what they're like. You know what Kenza's like. Kenza will be worried sick once she hears what happened at school.
Okay. Well, you sit tight. We'll get a couple of things, and Mom. Yeah. We'll drive you home, Tress.
I don't actually know Polly's last name, but I'm pretty sure I would still call her Mrs. Because I'm a respectful person. And like she'll do the mum thing of like, oh, call me Rachel. I don't know if Rachel's the first thing that popped into my head. Yeah, I think Trust just wants to get home, hopefully before like her sisters get back, which is probably unlikely, but
I mean,
yeah.
if you remember correctly, your sisters got you covered for the entire week with groceries. So they weren't planning on coming back.
Okay.
Do you have a younger sister?
No, it's
She
just the
is-
two old.
Oh, you are the youngest?
I am the
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, I thought it was 2, then you, then one more. But okay.
Only the 3. First, the second, and the third.
Are you sure you'll be alright? That all happens, right? They take you, they drive you home, and as they reach the home, oh my, it looks awfully dark. No one's home. Are you sure you'll be alright?
Yeah. Ken's will be home soon. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, and
Okay.
I'll see you soon, Polly. Maybe
Well,
tomorrow.
yeah. Hope you feel better, and yeah, Polly, check in on her tomorrow.
Yeah. She's gonna like take her bag, and she's been like really not like herself. She's been like really like down and just
Low key.
yeah, like the shoulders are dropped, the head is like she's not happy. She feels hella guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's just gonna like slowly walk towards the dark house and just kind of shut the door behind her and just like kind of slide down it and then fully sob, like full on like wailing, kind of sobbing when no one can hear her kind of thing. And yeah, she's probably just gonna stay there for a while and think about what she's done.
And as you sit there for a moment,
she gets to that like kind of the really hyperventilating, like quick inward, like stopped crying kind of stage. Yeah.
And it takes a bit till you like slowly calm yourself and catch yourself again.
Yeah.
When you it's just behind the entrance door, and it's like the hallway that leads off into the kitchen, the living room, but on the one side it leads the stairs that head upstairs, right? And you hear. That's where you hear the creaking of floorboards. And as your head whips up and you look up, you see a dark figure standing at the top of the stairs in darkness. And this is where we're cut for a break. Or the episode, if we want to end it here tonight, or do we want to go on for another hour, by the way?
I'm down to keep playing, but
cool.
Everyone else.
Yeah? Okay.
Well,
we can discuss in the break, and then we can either or...
Okay.
Yeah. Woo. Back to
There we
Monster
go.
Heart.
Okay.
This shit show.
I think this is very, like, before going any further. Well, depends. No, we have to come back on this scene. Actually, I think it's too tense. But this is whatever you want to do next. It doesn't really matter. I think you have to all keep your cool here.
God damn. Let me fail again. Let me get my next advance.
That's the spirit.
What is keep your cool? Is it cold? No.
Yeah, it is cold.
It is cold. Damn it! I'm not a cold person.
No, we know that now. You're not a stone cold bitch, actually.
I'm not. Oh well, clearly not. Oopsie.
Okay.
I got advance. We level up.
Also, you didn't quite do the move right because. So still do. You also have to name what you're afraid of. So let's hear that first.
The thing at the top of the stairs.
And what are you afraid of that is? Camilla?
Camilla, another shadow beast. My sisters. One of them, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just see like that it's the figure is raising its hand as if it's like holding something. Like it's got something to bludgeon you with in its hands. What do you do?
Crap, I'm in the hallway.
And you're still sitting against the door.
Yeah, I'm not really prepared for this.
Nope.
Okay, right. I'm gonna scream and cast Wither.
Okay. Yeah.
And the girl in the horror house is gonna be that kind of a scream.
Yeah, but you're going aggressive here, right? You're screaming and you're slinging out those magic words.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Oh god. That's a partial.
Okay. What happens on a partial?
So a partial with Wither is Christ, I made a big boo-boo here, haven't I? On a 7 to 9, it works, but choose one. The casting does you 1 harm. The hex has weird side effects, or you trigger your darkest self.
Okay.
I think because I don't even know who the hell this is, I'm going to pick, like, the hex has weird side effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I know what it is.
Okay.
Like the figure is has something in its one hand and it's raising up the other and it's like coming down the stairs, right? towards you, and you just fling out your magic abilities, and you're like chant those words, and basically just blasting it. You're wrecking the hallway and the stairs with it. But it doesn't matter because there's this dark figure, and I don't know what this looks like, right? The wood on the railway, like that, like crumbles away, falls to dust. The figure breaks through the actual stairs because they age quickly as well. So it's half stuck, and we hear a yell cry out as you hit Jean full force with the wither. And we just see the horror in his eyes as he like stares at you with like a bouquet of flowers in one hand and one arm outstretched towards you. Hi, Robin. You still chatting with and listening to music basically together?
No, I think that's like kind of over. If it is something going on there, I think maybe I'm going downstairs.
Oh, because your mom yelled at you? Oh yeah. And I think she's yelling for you to come to dinner. Right, you actually forgot to eat. And she's just yelling, yeah, Robin, I made us something. You want to come down for dinner?
Yeah, and I think I'm already like standing in the doorway when she like she was just like shouting. I don't know. This is like the second try, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like half shouting, half pleading, that kind of thing. And I think that's when you feel your phone buzz again.
And I think like I go over to my mother, and like she's standing by in the kitchen, or what she's doing.
She's standing at the bottom of the stairs, kind of like was shouting up the stairs to you. And she's prepared like a cheap microwave dinner, basically.
Yeah. I think like I walk down and like sit. I think I noticed that the table isn't. It's just like in the plastic still. This like is this like finished thing you just put in the micro.
Yeah, you just.
And I think Robin just like goes in the cupboards and like takes up some like plates and cutlery, and like takes the plastic thing. Like to take the food out of the plastic thing onto the plate.
And I think she's lighting up a cigarette and is like, well, so your dad had to go on a, well, it's probably a good opportunity, but kind of short notice, so it's just us two tonight. Your phone buzzes again.
How long is it gonna be gone?
Like, hopeful he should be back tomorrow evening. So I guess.
Okay. You know what? I'll cook dinner tomorrow.
Yeah. Actually, that would be lovely. So I heard. Yeah, terrible. What happened at school? I guess. Are you okay?
Yeah, and I think at that like Robin like mumbles sure, and like looks down at this, like takes up his phone and like I think I don't know what kind of messages are there, but I'm sure it's not from who he looks for first.
It is actually from Gwen, and it's like, oh shit, my mom's home? I don't know, something's wrong. That's all.
Yeah, and I think I take like a picture of my mother looking at me like probably judgingly that I taken up the phone middle talking to her. I take like a picture of her and send it to Gwyn, like the annoyed face. Yeah, Mom, I'll leave the phone in my pocket for dinner.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone was seriously hurt, right? Were they?
No, I don't think so. Well, I guess not. And I think like Robin is thinking about how Haley was already dead, and talking to his mother. I think he just like, okay, I'm just gonna, because I don't know. I think he knows it in a way as well. But I think he you see him like think about it for a few seconds, and then there's like, no, I don't think anyone was hurt.
Okay, good. Do remember to, if you can tomorrow, go over to Clive's. I think he's got some work and earn a little bit.
What day is it today?
Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday.
You know, Mom, I'll promise I'll do it on Thursday. There's something I need to do tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay. She doesn't even press you further. You want some juice with that? She gets up to go to the refrigerator to get like some orange juice.
Yeah, I don't think Robin really wants it, but he says yes just because.
Yeah, and she pours you a glass and puts it down, sits back down in front of you. It's like halfway to lighting another cigarette, and then stops herself, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be having dinner together. And,
yeah.
And I guess you eat in silence?
I think so, yeah. That's a normal thing, though, in the family there, I think.
Tress. Jean is dying in front of you. What are you doing?
Removing the curse. I don't know actually how to do that, or if I can.
You can just remove it. What does the curse actually say?
The hex loses all their hair, or their teeth stop falling out, or their period arrives unexpectedly and heavy, or their skin gets all sickly yellow and spotty. Whatever the specifics, it's bad. It doesn't say anywhere about removing it.
No, you can just drop it. So I think the question is, do you drop it in time, right? Or in time for what? I think
I've also leveled up.
Yes.
And I've chosen to take another move from Eddie's skin.
Yes.
And I've chosen to take Hypnotic from the Vampire Playbook.
Oh God. Just making it... Okay.
I am making it worse.
Well, what are you doing? You can drop
that hex and then hypnotize him.
We will still need to see. I'm not quite sure what condition he's in. Then, like, it might just mean that all the life force, like, lashes back into him. It might still put him under shock or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird thing it could happen.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say any specifics here, at least in the.
No, we can make that up. Whatever makes sense. So, which magic is kind of your purview, so you get to decide a lot about it.
Okay.
If you roll badly, I get to decide a lot about it. But you made your roll. The roll before was the problem that would have told you this is harmless, this is just strong.
Yep. I made a boo-boo.
Yeah. So
I
what are you actually doing? Yeah.
I dropped that hex lickety split.
And he's like with like one leg in the stairs, right? Which have withered away underneath him.
Ooh.
So he's definitely hurt, no matter what.
Quick, put him back together.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Just like I don't know, drawing the hex away. I'm just like sat on the floor, like sobbing, like hysterically.
I thought you wanted to go for hypnotic.
I am. I'm removing the curse first.
Yes, you do that. Yeah, that's happening. But
okay.
The stairs are still
and then
destroyed.
The hypnotic. Hold on. Let me just paste it in my notes what it was. Okay.
What are you doing in fiction to trigger it?
I'm just like grabbing his face and being like, nothing happened. Remember nothing. And like her eyes are like flickering. Like as well, like she does when she casts a spell. Like it's almost like a witchy hypnotizing, not a...
Yes.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
All of us throughout this game except for Robin. Who does fuck up but just doesn't acknowledge it ever.
It's just like, it's fine, it's not my problem. So yeah, the move is you can hypnotize people who have no strings on you. Roll with hot. On a 10 up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong. On a 7 to 9, the hypnosis works, but choose one. They realize exactly what you've done to them.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck up your commands. Or their sanity is unhinged. So basically...
I like this doubling down that might be about to happen.
I also have one string on him that I'm going to use because I don't want to fuck this up.
Okay, fair.
And I'm hot, so it's fine.
Yeah,
probably.
That
cool? Should I roll?
Yes.
And I got a +1, so I don't have any other modifiers, and I'll remove that string. Oh god, no. That doesn't make it.
So just a 9. Who gets to choose, the target or you? What does the move say?
So in 7 to 9, the hypnosis works, but choose one. They realize exactly what you've done to them. They fuck up your commands. Order and sanity is unhinged. Shit.
You need a moment to think about that.
There's no good choices, huh?
No, Tressa fucked up. And use the string. I kind of want to say, like, they fuck up your commands. So when I told him to forget, maybe he still remembers in some way, but he doesn't really act on it because the hypnosis works, but he still remembers it.
Or maybe he just forgets everything.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think you verbatim it was something. What you said was, nothing ever happened. Or what did you say? Well, if we've got this recording, we
can look back and
look it up. But it was something about nothing bad happened here. Forget. I'm not sure if you said forget everything, but
I think I said like forget what happened.
yeah.
Christ. GG, Tressa.
Yes. You do that, and I think he grabs onto you, like in like half a panic that comes just out of, oh my god, I'm dying panic. Not and but you hypnotize him, and he just stares at you, and there's like a strange calm that comes over him, like he's not fighting.
Okay,
He's just stuck in the stare, and you can like gently like guide him out of it. I'm like, yeah, he's got like, I don't know, maybe twisted his knee a little bit, so he's like has a little bit of a limp. He's like, what am I doing here?
Oh crap. All of Tessa's hopes and dreams.
Who are you? And he's like, and what? He still has that bouquet of flowers in his hand.
Just give me like, you fell on the stairs. You hit your head. You were coming to see me. I'm so sorry. Should have got those floorboards fixed ages ago. Could stop crying at like how fucking awkward this is in a minute.
And he's, You hit
your head on the stairs. You fell down the stairs.
I really feel weird. And he's like,
come into the kitchen. I'll get you some water.
Yeah, I mean, it's still dark, right? No one has turned any lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that was his big mistake. Like, what the hell? Who the hell does that?
As you reach over for the light switch, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna like take him into the kitchen. I'm gonna sit him down. I'm gonna get some water, and I'm gonna be like all concerned. And be like,
Are you?
Get some ice.
The moment you switch on the light switch, you see that
what the hell?
His entire hair has gone.
Oh Christ!
White.
Almighty. Oh, I thought you meant just gone.
No. It's just like as if it's bleached off of all its color, right? Just turned white. He hasn't realized yet. And you know, like,
does he remember? Does he remember his hair was gone?
He used to have like this lush, nice hair that was like really nice to run your hand through. Well, yeah, you know what?
Yep, doing the sexy things. Yep.
You do. So you lead him into the kitchen and
Tressa has fucked up.
He's very beside himself and confused at the moment still. Yeah.
Tressa kind of stifles like her kind of shock, you know, like that kind of like gasp, but she cuts it off before like anyone can really hear it, sort of thing. And she's just gonna get in some ice, and she's gonna act all concerned, and she's gonna be like, "I'm so sorry." Oh yeah, that's my phone. But yeah, and oh god, she's just gonna be like, "You brought me flowers, like." I wasn't expecting you, and then you fell down the stairs.
So where am I, and who are you? I'm sorry. I must have hit badly. And he's like trying to touch where he's been hit or where it might hurt, but it doesn't hurt anywhere.
I put the ice on it. It's fine. You can't feel it. I put the ice on. It's good ice.
Who are you, and whose house is this?
This is my house.
Okay. When you live here alone?
No, I have two sisters. We're dating. He bought me flowers. I can't think of any way to
What?
explain this. Do you not remember?
Am I supposed to remember?
We spent a night together not even that long ago.
So is that a yes? I'm supposed to remember?
I mean, you could call it unforgettable, but literally, it's clearly not.
What?
We are dating, so yeah.
Okay. And I'm supposed to remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh. Yeah, of course we're dating. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have messed up your evening.
Let me put them in water and then let me look after you. I'll get you home or you can stay upstairs.
I mean, we're dating, right? So yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing, though.
I kind of want to stay here. Yeah, if we're dating.
Oh Christ. Okay. How's your head? Do you want any food? Do you need anything?
I don't know. Should I?
I think at this point she's just gonna lean him and kiss him because she's just. How do I convince him of this? So yeah, she's gonna just lean him and kiss him. Try to be smooth.
Yeah. Roll to turn him on.
I don't have any modifiers. Oh yay, a partial. 2 9s.
Who gets to choose? I think you do, right? No, I do.
Yeah, I think you do, yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Oh god.
So you go to kiss him, right? And wow, he responds like that. Right? He's like immediately into it and he kisses you back and it's passionate and you like straddle across him in the kitchen. When he suddenly stands up and like almost like throws you on the floor, but not like violently or anything. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And he huddles off towards, where's the bathroom?
That way.
And he's off to the bathroom. With quite a large wet spot.
Oh my Christ. I fucking ruined a good baguette.
You broke your baguette.
It's like that.
Halfway when it's leaking sauce.
Oh god. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? I'm just gonna have to go date Victor or something. It's great. It's fine.
I like how you're like, okay, this is no longer an option. Victor, that's my next option. I broke my boyfriend. Crap, let's go hook up with someone else.
Let's go get a new one.
I mean, yeah. Haven't you learned anything from Robin? That's how it works.
Apparently she has learned much from Robin.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh my god, I'm like literally crying. This is tragic.
It is.
I think she's just gonna be on the floor like, can this day get any fucking worse? And yeah, she's just
Yeah, I think that's a cut, definitely. Like,
yeah.
Resting on your, yeah, exactly, your face.
Yeah.
So beautiful. This is why we use magic all the time, Sophie.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, God. Fucked up.
So beautiful. So Robin's with Gwen still, right?
Not physically. I'm with my mother.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I got distracted by the whole baguette situation. Just remember where
Understandable.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of shocking the first time you ejaculate.
Very shocking.
That's true. He forgot he's done it before.
That's
No.
my whole point.
Forgot everything ever. God.
How
Oh,
much has he forgotten?
everything.
How much is everything? So he's probably forgotten he once upon a time had like dark hair. So he's not even going to remember he has not have white hair.
You scrambled his brains, dude.
Oh my god. I mean, I should just unhinge his sanity at this rate.
I mean,
A
I don't
little
know
column A, a little column B.
you're kind of past that now, I think. It's just...
Gonna have to find a new one, guys. I've broken this one beyond repair.
Well,
Okay. Oof. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's so much more to say right now. It's just like, yeah.
Mhm.
So Tress, as Jean retreats to deal with his baguette situation, and you are left standing in the hallway, flowers in hand, disaster everywhere. You hear a buzzing from down by your feet, and Jean's phone lights up. And there's like a calling, and you see the name Ginger.
Who the fuck is Ginger? Who the fuck is Ginger? Actually, if he's broken, she can have him.
And it just sits there pulsing.
I'm just gonna stare at it. Just
Mysterious
like,
Ginger calls. And then eventually it stops. And then a text comes up, and it's just 3 words. It just says, "Where are you?" ?
Yeah, John actually still is grounded, right?
yeah, but who's Ginger? His sister? His mom? No, it's not gonna be his mom.
I think
I'm just sitting on the floor, just staring at this phone, just like,
yeah.
again, can this day get any fucking worse?
We'll find out next time, I would say, and
Yeah,
the episode
think-
here.
That's a good.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's a
God.
good ending. Nice, thank you. I think outros are a little bit silly, because
Yeah. Check us out on Twitters. That's where we post everything that we do.
yeah,
Pretty
those
much.
kind of outros you can do still. I mean, but we don't need to do tomorrow. I'll be here or there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just plug your Twitters, guys.
So
While I cover.
yeah, we'll
Check out
let
Monster
you for
Hearts. It's an
last.
awesome game. Where
You
only
can-
good things happen to your feelings.
Yeah.
Yep, you don't feel fucked at all.
Well, that depends.
Yeah, in that case, not at all. Literally not at all. I don't know what I'd even do in that situation in real life. It's never happened to me.
Well, I would hope it's never happened to you, that you didn't
Well-
cause amnesia in a person
Oh, no, but I mean,
and with them.
I mean, I like how like Robin is the villain of this story.
I don't know anymore who is.
And he still gets the girl. No matter
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with that?
I hate the mortal. It's the worst. Biggest monster in this whole story is always the mortal.
Literally is though. Oh my god.
Actually,
Katie and Summer
not
agree
literally.
with me.
Oh my god, no, I definitely agree. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
Oh.
you can find me at mthsblgr on Twitter. Yeah, I think there's not much more to comment on tonight. I'm really heartbroken about Kaylee, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Gotta do what it demands and be truthful. And all the other stuff that the game reminds us of.
Hope you found some peace with the Merry Maidens, Kaylee. Mikael, you wanna?
Yeah, you can find me at Mikael Tusver. You probably won't find that anywhere because my Norwegian spelling thing is difficult for people. But I'm sure you'll find me if you do a real effort. And I am not such a douchebag in real life, just reminding you all.
We believe you.
We love you, really.
Yeah.
None of us are shitty people in real life. Christ.
Well, we try not to be.
Well, it's a little more obvious that you don't hex people in real life than whatever Robin is doing. But
Robin being a teenage boy.
yeah,
basically.
They're all
Worst
horrible.
monster of them all.
Definitely, yeah.
Actually, no, teenage girls are pretty shit too.
Yeah, we've learned that. Taking photos of me in the bathroom. Anyway, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm at Frost from Fire on the Twitters, no O in the from. I play a lot of games a week, so the best thing to do is check out my pin tweet where everything is listed. I've really loved playing Lost Hearts, and I'm looking forward to continuing, bringing in new character, and very interested to see when we finally have Robin, who will definitely be the first one, hit adult moves and see how that changes the dynamics. Having looked at this game to work on another game, I've realized how clever the mechanics are and how integral they are to shaping the world and the characters and the story. And I'm very interested to see that changeover point, that crossover. And hopefully more smooches next week, because I like the smooches.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
I'm indifferent. They're only okay.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, I love this game.
Yeah, and thank you,
Less premature
as
smooches.
always, for emceeing and organizing the recording and everything today.
Thank you.
Happen. Alright, let's go cry in privacy now.
Wait, I got my plug. This is my channel, so you must have found me somehow. But yeah, no, I just want to say I love this game, and I do love how the mechanics, like, everyone has a story, and it's all like, it's our little world, and we've fucked it up, but it's nice, and yeah.
It's fun doing terrible things.
Yeah, this is
And it's
world.
perverse, but it's true.
It's fun being like the teenage shitty girl again. I mean, causing your sort of lover to have amnesia is less so, but hey ho.
Could be worse.
But yeah, and thank you, Matthias, very much for doing like recording this and doing production, because I suck and I need a new screen, and
I hope it comes out alright.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, and yeah, I'll see y'all later then, I guess. See y'all next week. Hopefully this will go up this week.
Bye.